Good Tuesday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take a intense look at your next 7 days across Southeast Texas over the next 15 minutes. Upper air disturbance brought us a few sprinkles here in the Triangle. By far the best rains, which were light, occurred up in the lakes area. And it took a while, but as the rain moistened up that column, we're able to get those wet streets up into Jasper. And does it look like, yeah, maybe a few sprinkles still coming down over in Jasper, but we think that this is going to be gradually tapering off over the next hour or so. This view courtesy of Proval is part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. As you can see, not too much coming down, maybe a few sprinkles here in the Triangle, but as you can see, the bulk of the rain's up in the lakes area coming to an end. Otherwise, moderate tree level of pollen being reported today with low weed and mold across Southeast Texas in the allergy report. So some light rain, some sprinkles this evening coming to an end, and then it's going to be a cold start. A sunny, warmer, windy Wednesday as another cold front comes through. Then we turn colder on Thursday, warm back up on Friday as another cold front comes through, and a dry cold front, I might add. And then it's below normal temperatures are closer to normal as we head towards the weekend as dry weather continues. I'm going to go 68 tomorrow as skies become mostly sunny. Could see winds gusting 25 plus miles an hour. They'll be out of the southwest, and as the front pushes through, they'll shift to the north and west. Modeling, I don't think is cold enough tonight. It's about 5 degrees too cold, and I think it's going to be warmer than 65 tomorrow. We'll see. As the front pushes through. It's all about timing tomorrow. We'll go with about 64 in the lakes. Again, maybe some clouds in the morning and then sun in the afternoon, but a windy afternoon as winds go west and northwest behind the front. Yeah, I don't think the models are cold enough for tomorrow morning. I like about 40, 43-ish up in the lakes and maybe 62 to 64 in the lakes area. But the winds are going to be a big factor coming up tomorrow afternoon. Talk more about that in just a minute. See this red line? This is the normal line. And as we get to Tuesday, we go from 63, which is our normal, to 64 on Tuesday of next week as we turn the corner and see, on average, warmer temperatures. So over the next 7 days, it's Wednesday and Friday. Those are the days that we see cold fronts coming through in the afternoons. Ahead of that, you'll see southwest and south wind, so that's why we'll be warmer on those days. But after the front comes through on Wednesday, it'll be colder Thursday. We warm up on Friday as another front comes through. Below normal temperatures, as you can see, a little bit below normal coming up over the weekend. That means some lows in the 30s as we head towards the weekend and into Monday. Close to normal on Monday. Then another possible front coming in either Monday night into Tuesday, depending on which model you look at, and then it's back to possibly colder weather as we head towards Tuesday. And with the high then 64, that would be what, 6 degrees colder than normal. As far as rainfall, don't expect much over the next 7 days. Maybe a spotty sprinkle coming up next Tuesday. So as you can see, the wettest model in the world, the European, doesn't show much over the next 7 days, so we are going to keep rain chances fairly low. So tonight we drop into the lower and middle 40s, well, the 40s, lower 40s lakes, mid to upper 40s in the Triangle. Then tomorrow warm up at least in the mid 60s, maybe the upper 60s ahead of the front here in the Triangle along the I-10 corridor as the winds increase coming up tomorrow afternoon. Could see some wind gusts, 25 plus miles an hour tomorrow afternoon. Maybe 29, maybe a little bit much, but we'll see. Regardless, I feel real confident that we'll see some gusts at 25. Could see if we see any 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts that be in Port Arthur and along the coastline. So with the drought ongoing, as we're now at least here in Beaumont, maybe not so much in the lakes area, now down 3.5 here in the Triangle, and since the beginning of December, since the first of the year, about 1.6 inches below normal as of today. No fire or burn bans across Southeast Texas as of now. Tomorrow afternoon, the humidity levels will drop, and with that windy north wind, that should give us a moderate wildfire threat coming up tomorrow. Accidental starts, those, if they do happen, could spread moderately tomorrow afternoon, particularly in outlying areas, not so much maybe the city. then that could be an issue in outlying areas tomorrow because of those winds would really move those fires. So try to curtail any activities that could start or sparks or anything like that across the area tomorrow. So as you can see, the bulk of the rain's moving finally out, but looks like Tyler County picked up almost 1/5 of an inch of rainfall. A lot of areas, light stuff. We're talking less than 1/10 of an inch across southeast Texas. Our weather watcher up in Jasper only picking up and reporting only 4/100 of an inch of rain up into Jasper. So apparently it's just enough to wet the roadways, and it was fairly light across southeast Texas. And what happened is that upper level disturbance, I said yesterday, could be some sprinkles. Well, it overperformed, and the deal is that a lot of dry air. Normally we have low clouds across southeast Texas. Today we had moderately high mid-level clouds. So the raindrops were falling through a dry column, and a lot of times they evaporate. Well, if you get enough rain to fall, it moistens up that column from the clouds all the way to the ground. Otherwise, the raindrops would not survive. So you have to have an hour, at least an hour or two of light rain before that moisture goes up in the below cloud level all the way to the ground for those cloud droplets or rain droplets to be able to survive the trip to the ground. That's what happened up in the lakes area. So beneficial rain, just not enough. And it doesn't look like much over the next 7 days. Well, no cold air on the map, 50s and 60s across the state. And you can see this comma-shaped cloud. This is a bona fide upper level disturbance. See the shape here? You can see the rotation about right there. That is a comma-shaped cloud. This is an upper level disturbance moving over the area. Now, I also want to turn your attention off towards the north. Look at which way the cirrus clouds are being blown off towards the south from Oklahoma. These are being spread off towards the east. So we're getting a pinching effect. Basically, this is going to be pinched off quickly off to the east. So this will move quickly overnight, and we may see decreasing cloudiness before sunrise coming up tomorrow morning. So there's the disturbance. You can see it on water vapor moving across the Lone Star State that was responsible for that light rain up in the lakes area. Tonight, maybe some sprinkles. The big question is modeling doing a good job? Didn't do real well today, and it's trying to bring some more in up in the lakes area during the wee hours of the morning. Not sure if that's going to survive or happen. I guess it's possible. I'll keep a real small chance in coming up tonight. Otherwise, I think we get in the lower 40s lakes and into the mid to upper 40s in the triangle. Then skies go mostly sunny. Here comes the front. Southwest winds ahead of the front will then turn and shift to the northwest, and that's going to be windy coming up tomorrow afternoon as temperatures may rise into the mid to upper 60s in spots, and then we'll turn down the temperature once again as we head towards Thursday across southeast Texas. So again, there's the disturbance moving through. It's getting pushed off towards the east, and by this trough of low pressure. This is the trough that's bringing us our next cold front coming in tomorrow night. So the front arrives first, then the trough in the upper levels. It's always a delayed arrival in the upper levels, and the upper levels dictate what kind of weather you're going to have on the ground. And we're going to have a cold front coming in tomorrow ahead of this trough of low pressure. Notice the northerly flow. Look at the winds aloft, northerly winds. That's colder coming up across southeast Texas. Then we get another trough of low pressure, which will drag a cold front through on Friday. This is Saturday. That's because it's always delayed. This trough of low pressure will bring in a cold front on Friday. Unfortunately, no wet weather expected with this as we continue a northwest flow. There's an outside chance we could see another front coming in maybe Tuesday as we continue to see this northwest flow. A northwest flow like this means that we will see near or below normal temperatures through at least the next 7 days across southeast Texas. On the Gulf tomorrow, a small craft advisory will be in effect for slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3. Westerly winds at 15 to 20 with some gusts to 25 knots are expected. Our forecast tonight, some light drizzle, some sprinkles, the rain's moving out, and then we'll see decreasing cloudiness, lower 40s lakes, mid to upper 40s triangle. Then tomorrow, becoming mostly sunny, warmer and windy. Mid 60s lakes, upper 60s possible here in the triangle. And as I said, it's going to be a windy day across southeast Texas as that next cold front pushes into southeast Texas. The disturbance moves out, and here comes the cold front, no rain with it, and we'll turn down the temperatures once again as we head towards Thursday. Friday, another cold front comes through, but not before we get to about 69. Katy Perry's song, "You're Hot and Then You're Cold," because that is what this forecast is over the next 7 days. And then as we head on into, say, Sunday morning, could be close to 30, maybe lower 30s up in the lakes, mid to upper 30s here in the triangle. It looks like the coldest weather, which is not terribly cold for this time of year, coming up Sunday morning. Then maybe moderating temperatures for MLK Day. We're going to go with now partly cloudy skies, mainly dry, pretty close to average temperatures. We have certainly seen some cold MLK days across southeast Texas, low near 40, high in the lower 60s. That's pretty close to normal for this time of year, so not too bad. And then temperatures may go down if another cold front comes in next Tuesday. And that's your Weather Impact 7-day forecast. If you're just joining us, the rains are moving out. Still some sprinkles out there as temperatures currently into the upper 40s to lower 50s across southeast Texas. This is all due to an upper level disturbance moving through southeast Texas at this time, really in through central and east Texas. Sprinkles and the consistent rains that we saw earlier are out of here. The question is, do we see another round coming in later tonight and tomorrow morning? That's possible. I'll keep a small chance of rain in the forecast overnight, but we'll start the day off on a cold start. Lower 40s lakes, mid to upper 40s triangle. I know this says mid 60s here in the triangle. I'm going to go a little bit warmer tomorrow because a lot of sun tomorrow afternoon, windy northwest winds ahead of the front, and that only increases the fire danger tomorrow. We could see some wind gusts 25, maybe 30 in Port Arthur as the winds shift to the northwest, and that means a moderate risk of wildfires across southeast Texas. So do what you can to cut down the possibility of accidental starts and keep sparks from starting those wildfires across southeast Texas. So the front comes on in, there's the disturbance moving out, and then the front comes on in, and I said, looks like a fairly quiet afternoon tomorrow except for the winds across southeast Texas. You're going to love the warmer weather tomorrow. And taking a look over the next 7 days, doesn't look like much. This is the wettest model I can find, and it doesn't show much across southeast Texas, so the drought will likely worsen. We'll go with mainly dry weather conditions. Tuesday, maybe a spotty shower. That's provided a front comes through, and GFS and Jeff's ensemble do not show this front coming on in. The European and the European ensemble do show a weak front trying to stumble into southeast Texas Tuesday with maybe some sprinkles. So well below normal rainfall expected over the next 7 days. So we're normally around 63, that's the red line, through, say, Monday. Then the average goes to 64. So as you can see over the next 7 days, most days are below normal except for Wednesday and Friday. Those are the days we get cold fronts. So we get two back-to-back cold fronts in our area. Thursday will be colder behind the front on Wednesday, and then the weekend will be colder than average. Not much, but colder than average coming up after the front comes through on Friday, and still kind of murky on Monday and Tuesday how it's going to play out as far as the forecast in the 6 and 7 day range. So we'll probably have to work on those numbers again tomorrow. So taking a look at your Weather Impact 7-day forecast, cold front comes through tomorrow. It's going to be a windy, warmer day. Lots of sun tomorrow afternoon with any luck. Mid 60s lakes, upper 60s triangle. Then we're back down into the 30s for lows, highs in the 50s on Thursday. Warming it back up on Friday as we get southwesterly winds. Could hit 70 in a few spots. Then it's colder, slightly colder than average coming up Saturday and Sunday, but a dry weekend for whatever your plans are. And then as we head on into early next week, maybe turning colder. Still some work needs to be done on that forecast. Thanks so much for watching 12 News Plus this evening, and hope you and your family have a wonderful one.